Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series where I'll lead you step by step through the ABRSM theory grades. There are lots of resources available if you visit my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. You can download those in US letter or A4 and they accompany each step of this series. There's also a page with links to all of my YouTube video tutorials, and you can also access information about the books that I have available. I've written How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam and also how to best make use of the time when you're in the exam room on exam day and working through your exam paper. So if you visit sharonbill.com, you'll find it all there. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great, and subscribe to my channel. Please do also share this video, and let's now crack on with the last questions of the theory paper, that sample paper that you can download from the ABRSM website. The link is in the description below, and this is the new look theory paper that will be in place from 2018 onwards. And so we're going to have a look at the last questions, beginning with question 6. So if you turn with me to page 7 of that document. So again, we're referring to this extract of music here and we're answering questions. So let's see what 6A asks of us. Give the technical names of each of the notes marked X and Y. It even helpfully tells us that the key is D minor. So let's just mark out the degrees of the scale. So we've got the scale D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Of course there'll be flats and sharps and things, but the extract will deal with that. We don't need to worry about it. So we've got degrees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So let's have a look. Note X is an A. Notice we're in the bass clef. So A is the 5th degree of the scale, and that would be the dominant. And then Y, we've got here a note B, or B flat as the case may be, and that's the 6th, and so we would call that the submediant. So it's just learning those technical names. Now then, let's have a look at this next question. So 6B asks us to rewrite bar 1 in notes of half the value. And so we need to include a new time signature. At the moment we're in 9/8, which is 9 quavers or 9/8 notes. And so that would be, if you visualise it as that, and so to halve it, we need to go to 9 of half the value, like that. And so our new time signature will be 9/16, because we're counting in 16th notes or semiquavers now. And so after that, everything will literally halve in note value. So this low note here, that's a dotted crotchet or a dotted quarter note, would become a dotted quaver or a dotted 8th note. So that would be that. And then these notes here at the moment are quavers or 8th notes, so they would become semiquavers or 16th notes. And so we just beam those together. We just need an extra beam across the top. Tie that as the original does. And again here we'll have to add an extra beam and then the dot and an extra beam again for this dotted rhythm here. So these will become semiquavers. This one will become a demi-semiquaver. So these are 16th notes. This will become a 32nd note. I've perhaps used a lot of room here. Just about fit this in. So there, next door, so that one's dotted and then the next note is there, and so that would become that. So there we go, we've halved the value but we haven't changed the rhythmical effect at all. Okie dokie, let's crack on to the next one. So we've got to rewrite the first note of bar 4, so it's this note here that we're writing. So it sounds at the same pitch, but we need to use the alto clef. So here is the middle line where our alto clef is centered, so we'll construct our clef around that. And then we have our double bar lines. And so let's think where we are in relation to middle C. First of all, I'll actually put our flat. So C, B flats go here. And so let's see where we are. Here's middle C, C, D, E, F, G. And so here's middle C here, C, D, E, F, G. And this is an excellent example of why we would change these clefs, because you can see how many ledger lines we're going to keep needing if we just keep going higher, higher, higher. And so you'd either move into treble clef, or the alto clef sort of deals with this mid-range between the treble and the bass without needing ledger lines. So that's an excellent demonstration of why we need to change these clefs. There we go. So now you can see again how the performance directions and terminology is now given a multiple choice. However, it still means that you need to know this. So it's just a matter of revision. So langsam means slow, and mit Ausdruck means with expression. So you've just got to learn those. And if you come to the exam day and there's something that you just don't know or you haven't remembered, just have a guess. You never know, you might just get those marks. Whereas if you just leave it blank, you definitely won't get the marks. If it's wrong, you won't be deducted any, and so you won't lose anything for trying. Just give it a go and just guess if you aren't sure. But by that token, it's always better to revise them, and then you're not left to that measure. Let's now turn over the page to the last section, which is my favourite section, which is the cadence points. So actually we just need to choose chords, and this time instead of, you'll notice the layout's changed, we can just write them underneath rather than referring down to an extra sort of line to answer those questions. And so we need to choose chords which are appropriate for cadences. They've got to be particular chords which progress into a recognised cadence, but we can't do this until we've given the chords to choose from. And before we do that, we need to find out what key we're in. We've got a key signature of F sharps, no more accidental, so we're definitely in G major. So our chord 1 is going to be based around G. Chord 2, 3 we miss, 4, 5, so G, A, B, C, D. And we can be sure that we're right because when we've constructed our triad, the first, the third and the fifth, G, B, D, 1, 3, 5, and we can see how that D gives us the basis for chord 5. And so A, C, E, C, E, G, D, F, A. Let's now carry on and answer this question. And so I'm going to start on the last chord on this first line, our first cadence point, so we've got perhaps a clue of what we're aiming for. So here we've got a B, a G and a D. Chord 1 will answer all of those for us, so chord 1. So it may be a perfect cadence 5-1, or it may be a plagal cadence 4-1. It's got to be either a chord 4 or a chord 5 to be an accepted cadence. So here we've got to just watch out now which are our harmony notes and which are just incidental extra passing notes. So here, this note here does not form part of our triad. That's just a passing note, just passing in between, filling in the gap. And actually this here is also a passing note because it's passing from this harmony note to the next harmony note over the bar, just passing through by step. And so now we know that our harmony notes are F, D, A, D. And so we can see that chord 5 would give us all of those there. So we've got a perfect cadence 5-1. And now we just need to find out what's preceding that cadence. So we've got an E, a C and a G. Chord 4, C, E, G is the answer to that one. There's no other option there. Let's look at the last cadence point. So we'll begin with the ending point. We've got a G and a D. So chord 1 has G and D, and it gives us the best choice if we end on a chord 1. That's an acceptable chord to end on. Then it sounds all nice and finished. And so we need to find out now what precedes that. So it needs to be either a chord 4 or a chord 5 to be a recognised cadence. And we need to just find out which are our harmony notes and which are passing notes. So this one here is a passing note. It's just filling in step between the two harmony notes. And so our harmony notes are E, C, G, C, E, and we can see chord 4 is the obvious choice for that. So we've got a plagal cadence to close at the end. And that's that question completed, and that's that paper completed. I do hope that you found that helpful. I hope that this is beneficial to you. I hope that you're enjoying it too. I certainly am. If you can give me a like, that'd be really great. And please do subscribe to my channel to keep updated. Please do visit sharonbill.com and make use of all of the resource that's available to help you there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.